We're
The
live.
broadcast is live.
We are
Welcome
live. Yes,
back.
here it is.
Woo! What's up, man?
What's up, y'all?
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute, man. Missed you, bro. It's been a while.
I miss you too. This is our episode number 3, and it's been, I think, almost a couple months since we did our second podcast, and then we paused.
It has been. It's been like 2 months, man. It's crazy.
By the way, really quick, before we get started, I'm Ahmed. This is my co-host, Eric Mills. This is
Wear your fucking mask.
Wear your mask.
You
This
don't have to,
podcast-
Ahmed, but everybody else does.
No, I have to.
Okay.
This podcast is called Hollywood Tales. And just a quick shout out to Omar Fadil, whose music he has lent us for this podcast. So this is one of the songs from my documentary, Just Like Us. So without any further ado, Eric Mills, Ahmed. Today is August 25th, Tuesday, August 25th.
That's correct.
It's about 5:30 p.m. here in Venice Beach, California. You're in Chicago, so it's what, 7:30 there?
I'm in Philadelphia. It's
Oh, that's right. You're in Philly.
That's right. I'm back.
So let's catch up really quick, and then let's, get right to where we are now. Oh, also, let's give a shout out to Adrian Alvarado, who is our new producer engineer. Shout out to Yusuf Hawash, who started this podcast with us, and then he got busy, and unfortunately we had to shift out. But shout out to him for helping us launch it. And then we took a hiatus because we were trying to find a new producer. Eric was traveling. I got busy. But here we are, full circle. And Adrian Alvarado is our new producer engineer. How about a hand for Adrian?
Adrian.
Are you there, bro? Come on out and say hi.
Adrian, jump on real quick, brother. You just
let everybody see your pretty face, man.
He's a handsome fucker, too.
Yo.
Look at that face.
Hollywood Tales, baby, in the house.
Just really quick so people know a little bit about you. You're an actor, producer. You just booked a movie, right?
Little movie, little action during the pandemic.
Can you talk about it, or no?
I can't talk much about it, but it stars Tyrese Gibson and Michael J. White.
Oh wow, okay,
cool.
Black actors matter.
That's right, baby.
That's right. Black actors absolutely
And
matter.
am I a brown actor? Right.
Where are you from? Are you Puerto Rican?
I'm Puerto Rican, baby. Jersey City.
So Adrian and I just met through Eric. I've known Eric almost 30 years. Eric and Adrian have known each other, I think, almost as long, right?
About 15, 20 years. 20 years
15,
almost,
20.
right, Adrian?
Yeah, I met you when I first got to Hollywood with our buddy Brian B.
19 years, baby.
So yeah.
So we were trying to lock in another producer engineer, and Adrian gladly said, "I'll do it." So this is his first episode, our third episode, Hollywood Tales Live. Between the three of us, I think we all have stories and Hollywood tales we could talk about. Let's just get right into it, Eric. Where we left off was you came to LA to get your motorcycle that your dad was using and kind of repurposed, and you didn't like that. He lowered it and added some stuff.
So what they say that the best day of your life and the worst day of your life. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. The two best days of your life: the day that you buy a boat, and then the day that you sell that boat. The two best days of your life. The two worst days of my life were the day that I told my dad I would sell him my motorcycle. And then the same day when I told him if he didn't want it, I would buy it back from him. So what I did was I sold him my Harley after years of telling him he didn't want it. He bought it, realized it wasn't the bike for him, and I bought it back from him. But when I did it, it's not the same bike. He made some changes.
Did you buy it for the same price you sold it for?
Yeah, I gave him the same fucking money that he pays me for it, fucking guy. But he lowered it, because he's smaller stature than I am, and I couldn't make a turn without scraping, and it was just not the same bike, and the mojo was gone. So to his credit, he gave me a little bit of money back, which was cool. But now I'm in LA with a motorcycle that I have to ride to Chicago, and it was awful. So I traded it in. I got a new Road King, which is beautiful and awesome.
Was that the one that you drove? Because I saw your Facebook posts, and you had a beautiful journey across
It was
I don't know,
amazing.
10
It was,
states or whatever. But
yeah, I did like 9 states or 12 states in
yeah,
like in
and
11 days. It was fucking awesome. I've been wanting to do that for years.
you posted some really cool pictures. But was that on the old bike or the new
No,
bike?
that was on the Road King. That was on the new bike. The old bike
Got
you
it.
saw at your place in Venice.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
that was a nice bike. Whoa, shit.
That was a nice bike. That
Yeah.
was a nice bike. The new bike is a nicer bike. So anyway, I rode that to Chicago, and then I turned around, and then I had to go to New York, and I've done a bunch of traveling in the last like 6 weeks, 2 months, ending up back in Chicago, and then 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I got back here to Philly to start the show again. The show is ramping up to start filming again, so we got to start prepping.
So what show? You're doing location managing on an HBO Max show? Is that right?
It's an HBO show. It's called Mayor of Easttown. It's if you look it up on IMDb, it's you'll see it. You'll see the show. It's Kate Winslet and Guy Pearce and Gene Smart and Julian Nicholson. A lot of really good people, and it's written by a guy from the area. And it's kind of a dark, murdery HBO.
Who wrote it?
Jesus Christ, Dean. I've been out of the loop for months. He just put me on the spot, bro. I can't think of his fucking name.
But you said it's Claire Danes. Was that right?
No. It's
sorry, I'm like blanking. What was her name? Who was the actress?
It's a little known English chick named Kate Winslet.
Winslet. Sorry.
Her.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm not big on her. Next topic. I'm joking.
She's awesome.
She's great.
Yeah, she's awesome, and she's really sweet. It's really a cool show. Everybody on the show, the crew has been very cool. The producers are awesome. HBO really took care of us as best they could during the whole COVID thing.
So you're back in work. You're back in production.
Very cool. I'm back.
And so So explain to everybody how that works, and
Well, what we're doing is we're
pandemic.
Yeah, so we had everything. We had a lot of things scouted out. Most of the stuff scouted. We came in. We got everything scouted. We have
quarantine. You didn't quarantine.
Well, COVID hit, and the fucking world stopped. So now, after 5.5, 6 months of inactivity, locations change. People have bought houses that we had scouted, or all these different things.
No, but I'm saying when you got to Philly for work, you didn't quarantine for 14 days, right?
When I came back for work, I did not. I quarantined. I didn't fly in. I drove in. So I didn't. Not like I got.
I don't know if I don't. This is I don't. I got.
Well, let me finish.
Let me finish. I got to report you.
Let me finish.
Report you to the CDC. Hey guys, my friend Eric.
Fucking report you, man. Fucking report you, bro. No, we had to chill out for a couple of days, and then we got tested. We had to get tested, and once we got our negative tests, we're able to go back to work. And then we're getting tested every week. I mean, there's a lot. I can't get into too much detail because we're still kind of. It's a learning curve. All this stuff is a learning curve. We're figuring out the safest way to do this. But there's a lot of new COVID procedures that we have to follow. There are COVID compliance departments that will make sure that we do it. And we're really, really, really being as safe as we can. I mean, listen, you're out in the world. You try to really not like lick any windows or doorknobs and get a test once a week.
Did you say lick windows or doorknobs?
I mean, you try not to. I mean, it's not always that easy to not lick a window.
I don't know who you
windows
hang
are
out
delicious,
with.
but if you could,
I don't know. The circle of friends that I run with, we don't lick doorknobs.
Oh, they're licking windows left and right. Those fucking guys. Holy shit!
By the way, shout out to Under Armour. I wear Under Armour all the time. I love Under Armour.
Under Armour rules.
I sweat so bad. I just need that type of shirt. But my friend Brendan Miller, who you probably know, is a rep at Under Armour, and although they don't sponsor me, he'll send me gear and stuff like every several months. I'll just get like a box of like
it's cool awesome shoes. Stuff. It's really awesome
it's
stuff.
great.
Dave London, what's up?
What's up, guys? Gary, hey, Yusuf, what's up? Somebody else joined in. Hey, Dave. We're here with Eric Mills and myself, Ahmed. This is Hollywood Tales, episode 3. How's your wife? How is
My
she?
wife is good. She's working nonstop. She works in the news. She's a bureau chief in Chicago, and she's working nonstop between COVID and between the civil unrest that's been happening. It's been tough.
In the city of Chicago.
In the city of America. In this, well, in I mean,
But Chicago's ramped up in the past couple of weeks.
Chicago
right?
has ramped up, but there are other cities that I think it's hitting worse right now. It's in Wisconsin. It's in Kenosha because of the new shooting. That fucking nightmare. I
Oh,
don't know if
let's
you've
talk
seen
about
video.
that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, let's talk about that. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Where you, and just like that, Ahmed left. Just like that, he left.
I got you, bro. What's going on? Bro?
What's up, Adrian?
I'm not gonna leave you hanging. All right.
Okay.
Okay, Adrian.
What's up, Adrian?
I'm at his back.
Adrian,
All right.
Adrian,
just-
why don't you
I'm filling in
just hang?
space.
Why don't you just
Yeah,
hang
Adrian,
out here
hang,
with
man.
us?
Hang with us for a minute.
Just
All
hang
right.
here, bro, because
All right.
because Eric and we're fucking boring, bro.
We
Nah,
suck.
man.
We suck, and we're old. You're
man.
like the young blood,
guys-
the young new blood.
You guys are just warming up.
Hey, so that shooting was it Wisconsin, right?
It was in Kenosha. Yeah.
No shit.
So I didn't see it on the news. I was scrolling through. I get all my news from social media, right?
Yeah, I know.
And
me
I'm
too.
scrolling down. I'm scrolling down the rabbit hole in TikTok and Instagram and all this, and I saw this video and Earthquake. You know the comic Earthquake. He's a really funny African American comic. He's like a really popular comic.
I've heard of him.
I'm sorry, Earthquake.
He goes.
I thought you meant comic book.
He goes by Earthquake. Like that's how much movement he makes on the planet.
Man.
Just
Wow. That's
anyway,
impressive.
he has like
I saw it.
hundreds of thousands of followers, and he always finds these clips like right when they come out, right out of the gate, and he'll post it. And he posted this shit, and I watched it.
Yeah, it's fucked
You know,
up.
he doesn't even say like this is fucked up, American Black Lives. He just goes, what do you all think of this kind of stuff? You know what I mean? And I watched it, and I thought, you'd think after the George Floyd incident, they would fucking ease up a little bit.
One would think, yeah.
No.
And then they even take it like to next level shit. I'm just like, we're doomed. This is civil war. It's not gonna end. If Trump gets reelected, and we're not political here. I'm not a political person, but if he gets reelected, I foresee tragedy in the world and more of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I do too. I think that, and again, not to get political, this is not a political show. He said what I believe as part of his opening statements at the RNC, he said, and I want to quote it, but I don't know exactly if this is the correct quote. He said, "The only way we will lose this election is if it's rigged."
Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh, by the way, did you see who was the girl in the red dress? I forgot her name. Melissa Gooley something or another. Vile. The chick with the tight Mexican chick with the tight red dress.
She's supposed to be half Puerto Rican. Her mom's Puerto Rican. She said her mom was an immigrant.
Bro, she came out
Which is
all
factual.
fucking all coked up and shit.
Oh my
yelling at
god.
the camera.
She was her facts was so not right. And I just want to mention the gentleman's name. His name is Jacob Blake. And he was the gentleman who was shot in Wisconsin. His name is Jacob Blake. He's officially paralyzed. So you know. We're not a news station, but I just wanted to make sure we mention his name and you know.
That's fucked up.
You know, prayers and blessings out to especially him and his family and his kids, man. His kids were in the backseat of the car.
3 kids. His 3 sons were in the backseat.
Can you imagine that?
No, I can't. I can't imagine.
They protested. Somebody said they protested downtown last night in LA.
Yeah, my theory is I noticed just by watching the video, like the gentlemen, the officers, they were just so afraid of him. You know, it's like they couldn't subdue him. They had no intention to physically subdue him and man up like you're supposed to. They immediately went to their piece. So like they need to get some cops who can like grab people and like hold people down.
You know, back in the day, didn't cops like just get into like squabs and just like jump on your shit and like hold you down and like?
Well, they used to, but now the guys are fighting back. Yeah.
Now they just fucking shoot you unless Well, I mean, they shoot white people too, but they don't shoot white people nearly as much as they shoot colored people. Again, I think that it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah,
It's awful.
you
Hey,
gotta
let's-
talk. You gotta talk about it and just
Yeah,
express
I know.
yourself. It's
Let's
fine, you know?
express it. Let's move on. Let's move on to the topic of the podcast. But I want to play a little song from our buddy here. This song is called, and this is to respect, not to respect, to show respect. Excuse me, to all the people in Beirut, Lebanon. This song is called "Tanks in the Streets," and if you've ever been to Beirut, Lebanon, which is a beautiful, beautiful city and country, you'll see tanks in the streets just chilling. And it doesn't want to play for some reason.
I saw tanks in the streets in Chicago, bro.
Yeah,
Here we go.
A couple months ago. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Tony.
Ready? Here we go.
Yep, go.
Can you guys hear this?
yeah.
OmarFadel.com. OmarFadel.com. He's my music composer. This guy plays every instrument you can imagine, except for brass. He said that's not a real instrument.
Are all those songs that he sent, are these all him? They're all him.
Everything.
And every song is all him. So it's not just like he wrote all the songs and then he had other musicians work with them. Amazing. Fucking amazing, talented guy. Gary Markowitz, what's up, brother?
Nikki Nichols. What up, what up?
Nicky Nichols!
So let's just talk about this really quick. Ready? We are going through a pandemic. We're going through racism. We're having riots. We're going through economic crisis. There's famine. There's hurricanes. There's fires. Is it the end of times? Like, are you guys reading the Bible at all? I mean, doesn't it all kind of cross-check? And then in the middle of all this, Elon Musk and SpaceX decide to launch a fucking rocket on a Tuesday at 3 p.m.
That's how Elon rolls, bro.
Up in space. And here's my conspiracy theory. They sent two white guys up there.
Yeah, they did.
Up to the fucking space station. I think there's two white chicks, like two hot young white chicks up there waiting for these guys. They're going to just hang out up there. And they're just going to wait until the world ends. They're going to procreate. They're going to descend back down to Earth. And everything's going to be fucking white again.
They're gonna just chill up there with put on some yacht rock.
With some new star DNA, you know what I mean? Like that
Get that
original
fucking yacht
stuff.
rock going, and it's exactly the new star DNA, and just
Just
kick
get
it,
that
bro.
all up in there.
All right. Well, let's move on to a Hollywood tale. Adrian, what's your best Hollywood tale?
Come on, baby, step up.
Wait, do we name names or no?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, we named names.
All right. Well,
Fuck
I mean,
yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to if it's not
All right.
cool.
No,
then-
you have to.
Okay, yeah, you have to. Fuck you. Name names.
So I Kiefer Sutherland asked me to pee with him one time.
No.
Do we want to go there?
Yeah, go there.
Yes.
You
Finish
kidding?
the story. This is amazing.
So we
I
went to.
hope it's a decent ending.
Okay, well, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So the long Hollywood tale coming in short is we were coaching horses, right?
I know that bar. Wait.
I know that bar very well.
Sunset Boulevard.
Sunset
Boulevard.
Boulevard. Nice little dive, quiet little dark bar.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I had just left like a class. You know, everybody's in class in Hollywood.
Acting class.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was just left an acting class. The great Joe Police, rest in peace. Started the acting studios down in Studio City called the Actor Space, the Actors Lab. Sorry. Anyway, I was with the actress that I was working the scene on that day, and we went to the Coaches and Horses to have a cocktail, and her name was Adrian too, by the way, and just having a drink, and I went to the restroom, and there was actually a line inside of the restroom. You know what I mean? Like it was
And that restroom was like this big.
yeah,
right?
it was one of the.
Fucking tiny.
One of the first time I ever experienced that. It's like, oh my God, there's always a line for the ladies' room, sorry, ladies. But I was like, I went in there. I was like, there was a line inside the restroom. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Okay, Hollywood. And there were like two guys in front of me, and then there was a guy in the stall, and he asked the guy in the front of the line, says, hey, if you need to pee, you can come right in. If you need to pee, go right ahead. And then like the guy says no, and the other stall opens up. He runs, and then I look, and it's like, hey, that's Hollywood royalty right there. That's the Kiefer with the Sutherland, asking the guy to pee. And then the next guy comes up and he asks him, and he says no. And then it's me, and I go, I'm sorry, I appreciate it, but I'm all good. So then I go to the stall, and then he goes to wash his hands, and I'm like, Kiefer Sutherland just asked me to pee with him. Okay. And then I go do my thing, right? And then I go wash my hands. He's still there, right? He was moving a little slow, whatever. We were all hanging out, having cocktails. And he starts sharing. He goes, hey, man, I apologize, man. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to, whatever, I'm like, no, man, don't worry about it. It's all good. He's like, nah, I'm just, going through these personal things,
Aren't we all?
I'm paying so much money a month in this and that. And I'm like, oh, wow, I feel bad for you. That's how much you can pay a month? And then he just... and then to end it, he accosted me. He goes, thanks, man. And he freaking laid a big fat one on my face. And I'm like, what the hell?
On your face, not on your lips.
Not on my lips.
No.
Okay,
Kiefer
well,
would.
that's cool. Yeah.
He's a kissy guy.
No, he gets very huggy.
Yeah.
He gets very huggy.
Who doesn't love a hugger?
Whatever. He was cool. He shared. I was his
That's a
therapist
funny story.
for about 5 minutes. You know what? I says, don't worry, hang in there. You'll be okay.
Right.
And that's my Hollywood.
By the way, Adrian, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Okay, so you're tall. Eric, what are you? 5? You're the same, like 5'10".
5'10", yeah.
5'10".
You're like 6'1", 6'2".
For a Latino, I'm pretty tall.
Yeah, that's pretty tall. Me, I don't claim a height, Eric.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay? Everybody, we're all the same height.
Mm-hmm.
Put you in a box.
I'm kidding. Hold on, guys.
Put you in a box.
And I just fucking left.
He just sneaks out. He's like, hold on.
Sorry, I'm trying to get some proper light in
You
here.
need,
I have weird.
We got to get you a ring light. You need a ring light.
No,
that's the thing I hear. That's what they say. You should have a ring light.
No,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I might as well fucking wear a tampon too.
A lot more options. A lot more options.
Yeah,
out
you
there.
can do worse.
All right. I have a light here. Is that better?
Not much. Same.
No.
Brunch at Park tomorrow.
Eric, what's
Yeah.
your best Hollywood tale? And we've heard, and I'm not trying to overstate your stories because they're great, and we'll retell them again. But tell me something I've never heard. I heard the Axl Rose. I heard the David Bowie. I heard what else?
Oh my God, I don't know.
The Slash. What about you told the Ben Affleck story, which was funny.
Ben Affleck story. That's a good story.
Ooh, I got one, but I'll save that one for Ben Affleck.
Let's save that for episode 4.
There you go.
Do you
So
want me
the
to tell
same-
my?
Go. You tell yours. You tell yours.
Go ahead. Go
No.
ahead.
No. Step on anybody's toes. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I'll make this quick. I made a documentary called Just Like Us. It's actually on YouTube for free. If you go to Cross Cultural Productions on YouTube. Actually, Adrian, do you mind typing that in there? Cross Cultural Productions on YouTube. Watch the movie, subscribe. There's a children's version where we bleep out all the profanity. But I took 10 American comics to Dubai, Lebanon, Egypt, Saudi Arabia. We performed in front of 20,000 plus Arabs and Muslims. In 2009, made history. 2010, we took all that footage, cut it into a documentary, and premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival, which is Robert De Niro's film festival. So we had a red carpet premiere. They were going to do a bunch of showings and blah, 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 blah. De Niro showed up at the premiere, the red carpet premiere, and I'm a huge fan of De Niro.
That's awesome.
He's one of the reasons I got into acting and stuff, and so my dad is also in the movie, and he steals the movie. He's only in it for 5 minutes. So after the movie, big accolades, press is there, all these fanfare, this, that, and the other thing. I get introduced to Robert De Niro by our publicists. Hey, this is Mr. De Niro. Mr. De Niro, this is filmmaker and comedian Ahmed, just like us. And De Niro looked at me and he was like,
just like that.
So okay.
your movie
Sorry.
was, it's good. I said, thanks. He goes, I said, I appreciate that. He goes, yeah, you know, I've been to Egypt before. I go, yeah, what part? He goes, I don't know, around. Oh, cool. I said, can I introduce you to my father? He goes, yeah, bring him over here. So I walk over to my dad and I say, hey, Dad, I want to introduce you to Robert De Niro. So my dad has no idea who Robert De Niro is.
Right.
Has zero clue.
Okay.
Completely oblivious, doesn't know he's a movie star.
Really?
He's, you know, yeah, he's in his like 70s in a walk, like on a cane. And he's already talked because he's getting accolades because he was so cool in the movie. I bring my dad over to Robert De Niro. I said, hey, Bubba, Dad, this is Robert De Niro. It's his film festival. Mr. De Niro, this is my father, Abu Bakr Ahmed. And De Niro looked at my dad and he goes, he goes, you're the guy in the movie. And then he gave my dad a hug. And I got pushed out of the conversation. They started talking for a second. And then about 30 seconds go by and De Niro puts his hand over my dad's shoulder. He looks at me and he goes, I love your dad, but I got no idea what he's saying.
That's awesome.
And he walked away.
That's fucking fantastic. I love that.
And then my dad looks at me and he goes, I just met Johnny De Niro. He's a nice guy. I said, it's Robert De Niro. Robert, Johnny, same thing. Now, really quick backstory. When we were editing the movie, we would have focus group. You know those focus group screenings?
Yeah. Sure.
Where you invite strangers down. For those of you that don't know this outside of Hollywood, when you make a movie, you do these focus group screenings where you invite strangers to come down and watch the movie who don't have any association with you. They're just complete strangers watching your product. And then afterwards, you give them little questionnaires. What did you like about the film? Would you recommend it to a friend? What was your favorite part? Who was your favorite character? We asked everybody. 98% said my dad.
Really?
So we were like, what? And he's only in it for like, he has like 3 or 4 different sound bites for like a couple minutes. Like he's only in it for like 6 minutes the whole movie.
What was it, do you think, that he did that was so...
You watch it, Eric, and you tell me. We'll talk about it on episode 4. But go to YouTube. Adrian, like... can you put this on the ticker down below? Can we get the ticker working? YouTube, Cross Cultural Productions. The movie's called Just Like Us. It's been on Netflix. It's been on Showtime. It's been on Stars. I made it back in 2009. It was a passion project for me. We went to 30 film festivals. I won a bunch of awards. We made 0 money on it, but we were critically acclaimed because we were a modern generation coming of age in this voice. But real quick, just to finish my story.
Right.
So I'm having dinner with my dad one night, and I said, hey, we've been doing these focus group screenings. And we've been asking everybody who their favorite character was. And 98% said you. And my dad takes a bite of his food and he goes, really? Maybe I should get an agent. And my mom was right there. My mom was there. She's like, no, Buck, stop dreaming. And I was like, yeah, Dad, it's not that. And he goes, what do you mean? 98% said they like me. The numbers don't lie. You know. So I turned my dad into this kind of like, but anyway,
Maybe he should get a fucking agent.
That's the link right there. Go to YouTube. It's called Just Like Us, Cross Cultural Productions. It's a passion project. You know, it's a really a modern generation coming of age. It was way ahead of its time. That's my Hollywood tale. Eric, your turn.
No, fucker.
Top that, bitch.
Top that. I don't know if I can top that.
I mean, tell a story that you haven't told on the podcast.
I never did a cross cultural production, anything like that. I was on a soap opera when I was a kid, and I happened
That's
to be.
right. You were a soap star.
I wasn't a soap star. I was on a soap opera, Ahmed.
Okay.
I was on a soap opera. I was on Days of Our Lives for about a year and a half as a reoccurring principal, and but I had a pretty big role.
Tell us about your character.
So I was my character was Matt. I didn't even have a last fucking name. I had no last name. Just Matt. It was Matt. Matt the druggie. So I was Matt the druggie, and the character of Melissa Horton, who I think is still on the show, Jennifer Horton, or the actress's name is Melissa. Very cool. Anyway, I was like the resident junkie, druggie, crackhead. As a matter of fact, one of my episodes in the script, it said crack coke. It said you've been doing crack, and this is like when crack had just started. I hadn't even heard about it. I was like, what the fuck is crack? What do you mean crank? Anyway, so I did the show for about a year and a half and on and off. And I'm in New York with my cousin. I don't know why I'm telling this story. I feel like a fucking idiot.
Is it a good story?
I mean, it's an okay story. It just popped into my head when you said, "What's your story?" I thought of riding up the escalator in Macy's. So I had this one episode that was a big episode for my character, and I was in New York for my cousin's wedding, and we're my cousin and I are on this escalator in Macy's, and we're coming up, and we're like right in the TV section, the audio video section of Macy's, and as we're coming up, it's like, you know, the show is on, and all these fucking TVs is my face, and he's like, "Hey everybody, my cousin's on fucking TV, check it," and I literally I was like, "Shut the fuck up, Steven, you're killing me." My cousin Steven. And the whole mall turned, the whole store turned around. Oh my God. And looked at me, and I felt like such an asshole. That's my story. That's my story for this moment. That's all you get for the moment. I haven't thought of anything else. I'm sure something will come to me.
Hey, Adrian, I see that you're posting comments. Can we get the ticker going on the bottom? There should be a ticker.
Hi, Debbie.
Where you can put, hey, Debbie Singer.
Hi, Debbie Singer.
She said hi to you, not me. So
she did. She doesn't really like you. I mean, I don't know.
That's fine.
Saying.
That's all right. I have haters. It's all
she
good.
Likes me though. Hi, Debbie.
It's okay. None of my friends are on here, but that's okay.
Yeah, a lot of my friends showed up. That's cool. Thank you, guys. Thanks for checking it out. Our first episode back.
First comeback.
So, yeah, very cool.
How long have we been on so far?
We've been on for 34 minutes.
Okay, so we should kind of.
Yeah, you want to pull Adrian on? Have him talk about the last thing he just did.
Yes.
I'm hearing.
Yes, I would.
What is that? What am I hearing?
Yo,
there he is. So Adrian is also an actor, and Adrian just booked a film that he shot that we talked about for a second at the top of the show. Anything else you want to talk about that?
No, I mean,
it
was my first. So for any performers out there, who are worried about self-taping and stuff like that, it was a self-tape audition, that I had to do from my homemade studio, and I got one callback, which was with the director. So we actually had a Zoom meeting, which was the first time I ever did that, for anything in show business. So that was a new experience. But other than that, man, it's like just like another day in paradise. You know, it's like you just roll right into it. You just do what you got to do, and lucky to have gotten the opportunity and work and got to work with some good people. It seems like my job is to get my ass kicked lately. Um, my last couple of jobs, it's like I get beat up, so it's like get
Well,
thrown.
you're getting good at it, man. It's
I'm,
all
get, I'm getting good at getting punched in the face.
That's right.
So
Have you guys have you ever been, and we can talk about this in the next episode. Let's save this. We'll just put a pin in it. But I just want to ask the both of you, and I'll tell you my story in episode 4. Have you guys ever physically gotten your ass kicked?
like
Like by one guy or jumped? Like I've been jumped before.
yeah.
I've been jumped twice in my life.
I've never gotten like, I mean, I've gotten jumped. I've certainly gotten, never gotten beat up, but I've gotten like, I kind of got my ass kicked a little bit. Yeah.
There have been
Okay,
some,
save it.
Never got jumped by like a bunch of dudes though.
there have been some attempts.
Save that.
There have been some attempts.
They have. Okay, all right. Save that for episode 4. We're going to talk about that.
All right. All right.
We're going 40 minutes in. Should we keep going, or should we just kind of coattail it up and fucking?
How you guys feeling? What's on the?
How about this?
Adrian's like, fuck, I'm out.
Adrian, can you just really quick, if we can do a test, because this is our kind of pilot run for this episode, can you find out if that ticker works down below? Is there an icon or hamburger, whatever list of something you can click onto that'll StreamYard, I guess, normally has a ticker.
Crack is whack. Gary wants us to keep it going. Gary Markowitz wants us to keep it going.
Let's go for another 15 minutes. Anybody? How about this? Anybody who's watching?
I'm working on the ticker.
6 of you that are watching.
I'm working on the ticker. Don't see a ticker,
okay.
But I'm working on the ticker.
Copy that.
No rush. No rush. We're this is a work in progress.
We're all good.
Anybody out there have any questions or topics you want to?
Yeah, by all
discuss?
means, throw them up, people.
We kind of came in here a little loose with no real plan, and this is, kind of like a run through. But thank you guys for indulging, and this will be alive forever on Facebook and YouTube. So if you missed it, want to share it, I could play some music. I have a lot of music in here.
How do you do that, man? Is it that it just comes through on the thing? Oh, we can talk about that later. No big deal.
What, the music?
Yeah.
Omar Fado.
Omar Fado. Hey, can we play music? Because I know we can't do it on Instagram, right? Whenever we play music on Instagram, we get fucking shut down, and then we start again. We're like, fuck Instagram. We're just gonna do it again.
Facebook
we do it again and again and again and again.
Facebook will kick us off.
Facebook will kick us off?
Yeah.
How do you know? Have we tested them?
Want to try it? First of all, let me tell you guys something. Eric and I did some Instagram lives, one recent and one a while back, and I was playing like Guns N' Roses and like all this copywritten music, and people were loving it, and then Instagram kept on kicking us off. So then I'd call them up and I'm like, jump back on. So we go back on. So we jump back on Instagram Live and I invite him in and I fucking play some more fucking.
Fuck those guys.
Come on, Instagram. Fuck you, man. We're in quarantine. We're just trying to keep people from like mental illness.
Keep people inside. Keep them safe, man.
No, like if you're gonna stay inside and be safe, let us fucking play some music and entertain you,
right.
And it's fine. We're just.
Right.
By the way, I'm not playing the whole song. I'm playing snippets and kind of DJing. Anyway, Instagram kept on kicking us off, and then we managed to jump back on like a third or fourth time. And I was playing some really good music, and we were, for some reason...
We were praising Instagram. We were like, thanks, Instagram. You guys rule.
Well, no, because they weren't kicking us off.
I know. And then they didn't kick us off. Like we
so
just
we were
did
like,
that for a
thank you,
while.
Instagram.
Awesome.
We appreciate that, and I'm sure the tech support at Instagram was like, I actually like these guys. They're very cool.
Yeah. So
let them play their Guns N' Roses. That's a stupid Indian accent.
that's
But you know
so
what I mean.
bad, dude. That's so bad. So like
Guns
the
N'
moral,
Roses.
the Guns
That
N'
sounds like a
Roses.
That sounds like a Scottish guy.
I sort of did, yeah.
Play their freaking Guns N' Roses. They say when you do an Indian accent, you're supposed to put your tongue up here. Yeah.
You put your fucking tongue up here.
No, that's no. If you go to a dialect coach, they tell you put your tongue on the top of
Can
your.
anybody?
There
Can
you
anybody
go.
do English?
Wait, what are you talking about? You put your tongue down into your your jaw,
The
yeah?
top of your the top
And
of
then-
your mouth.
You're going
The
to put
top
your
of your
tongue up in the top, like this. Kind of
Yeah.
like your tongue up on the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
So white of you.
This is so fucking racist. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry to all.
It's actually not racist. I like when you said it's so racist. Adrian logged back off. He's like, I'm out of
He's
here.
like, fuck it, I'm out. That's so bad, dude. That's so bad. It's so bad. I can't do it. Can't do
All
it.
right, let's see if we can crush one song, and then I think we're cruising up on an hour. So
Yeah,
let's not-
I think we should probably call it. It's going to start
we-
getting stale, and I think
we told some good Hollywood tales and stories.
we talked. Yeah, we did, and we'll have some. Episode 4 I'll have more. This is sort of a troubleshoot. Let's get back into it, and it's our first show with Adrian, who's fucking amazing. I love him. He's great, right? You guys, everybody,
Adrian, come back.
Adrian, show your face.
Come back on, bud.
Yeah. You.
I think we have
Only me.
we have to change the poster and the artwork now.
I think we have to. Yeah.
Hollywood Tales, Eric Mills, and Met Eric Mills. With
Bada bing,
Adrian
bada boom.
Alvarado. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing,
I'll
bada
tell you
boom.
what.
Should we give him a featuring? Ooh.
Let's Ed.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk.
You're the Ed McMillan.
We'll talk about that. Okay, we'll talk about spelling.
Take it easy with me, Eric.
Adrian, anything you want to plug, bro?
No, I mean, there's a lot of reruns. If people are still like binge watching on TV, there's a
What are you
whole bunch
watching?
of.
What are you in?
Check out Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, the last season. Episode
Are you on
2.
that?
We were on that, so little.
What do you mean we?
I the family, just me. Yeah, I was on it. I always say that. I don't know why. I look at it as a corporation.
Was your wife and kids in them?
It's a corporation here. It's like a corporation here.
Showed up with his buddy and his cousin. They were like, "Hey, come
It's
here."
like a corporation that has helped me all get in this. So I always say, we no. So yeah, I was on the Marvelous Miss Maisel. That was the last one that we did.
What did you do on the show?
I had a couple of one-liners. It was like a nice little cameo.
Nice.
I just wanted
watch it. I heard it's about a stand-up comic, right?
Yeah.
Back in the 50s or some shit. I gotta watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Adrian and I would run into each other on set every now and then. We knew each other from, from like O'Neill and The Well in the old days. And then when I got into locations, I think it was I think we met on both Law and Order Los Angeles and
Yes.
Body of Proof.
Not well. That one, and I think it was Undercovers.
Don't remember that. I remember Law and Order. I think I remember Body of Proof. We've met on a number of shows. Like this, I show up on set and there's Adrian. I'm like, "Fuck you doing here?" He's like, "I got a job." I'm like, "Cool."
Once in a while they hire me. For Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I wanted to prove that the Puerto Ricans did exist in the 50s because it takes place in the 50s and the first 2 seasons it's slim
Right.
pickings.
They did.
Sure.
We
Yeah,
did.
The show
That was
takes
proof.
place like it's a little kind of a period piece kind of show from what I understand.
They actually do a great job. With the cinematography on there is great. The set directing is great. The props are great. The costumes are
It's
great.
supposed to be an amazing show.
And then on top of that, they have great actors. With Tony Shalhoub and
They're getting a lot of Emmy nominations.
I mean, they win. They win.
They win all the time. Yeah, they win all the fucking time.
It was a great day on the set. We shot it in Staten Island, believe it or not.
That's awesome.
Have you
Very
seen
cool.
Pete Davidson's The King of Staten Island movie yet?
I have not.
Is
I have.
it good, Eric?
It's good. It's it's good. It's good.
Go ahead.
It's,
Go ahead.
It's,
Go ahead.
It's
Come on, Richard Roper. Go ahead.
I think it's Judd Apatow film, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Judd Apatow's cool. He makes great films. I like Judd Apatow a lot. And Pete Davidson is good. There are moments in it where Davidson's not really an actor. He does a really good job. You know,
Right.
There are a few moments in it that I didn't necessarily buy 100%, but it doesn't take away from the film. I don't want to give too much of it away. I think you can see a lot of what it's about in the trailer. At first, the first hour, I'm like, why am I watching this movie about this guy? He's a fucking asshole. But he's actually not an asshole, and it actually really redeems towards the end. It was nice, good film.
You want to hear? You want to hear a funny?
It's definitely worth a watch.
You want to hear a funny Pete Davidson story?
Sure.
I was
Please.
living in upstate New York, and I got booked to do a show at Syracuse Funny Bone because Pete Davidson dropped out. So apparently, when I guess he was filming this movie, he was doing some scenes in Syracuse, and he got popped like smoking weed in his car a bunch of times.
Right.
And at any rate, there was an article. You can go online. Maybe you can find it right now, Adrian. Google Pete Davidson, Syracuse Variety magazine. He ripped on Syracuse. This is the worst city in the fucking world. Fuck Syracuse, all this shit, right?
Yeah.
I think he forgot he said that, and he also forgot that he got booked there for a weekend after he said that.
No shit.
So the comedy club bookers called me up. They're like, hey, we know you're close by. Pete Davidson had to cancel. Do you want to replace him? I was like, fuck yeah, I'll replace him. So I show up, and the place is sold out because they all bought tickets for him.
Right.
But then they get you. So before I say anything, the club called all the ticket holders and they said, "Hey, Pete Davidson had to cancel, but there's this other guy I'm met. He's gonna replace him." Blah 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 blah. So some people knew me, some people didn't. Some people took a chance, some people canceled. At any rate, about half of the people that were there to see him, showed up, and the other half were just new customers. I go up on stage and I'm killing for like 20 minutes. And then finally I go, "You guys all having fun tonight?" And they all started roaring and clapping. I said, "That's great." I said, "Look, I know some of you came out to see Pete Davidson. How many of you guys bought tickets for Pete Davidson?" About 2/3, half of the room clapped. I said, "Well, I heard that he shit on you guys." And they all started booing him and like going, going crazy over it. I said, "That's all right. Well, I'll tell you what. Fuck Pete Davidson." And the whole fucking room went ape shit. And of course I'm gonna ride on his fucking demise.
Totally.
So I'm like,
what is he, your cousin? Fuck him.
I've never met him. I said, God bless him. He shouldn't shit on Syracuse. You guys are beautiful. This is one of the best, funnest crowds I've ever performed in front of. And everybody clapped and laughed, and I went on. But is that the article that you posted? Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. The club was getting complaints and shit, but it was fun because like I got to redeem myself. The club got to redeem themselves. I don't know if Pete Davidson will ever perform in Syracuse again. That's my Pete Davidson story. Thank you so much. That's another Hollywood tale.
That's a Hollywood tale.
Love it. Hollywood tale now.
There you go.
All right. Well, should we leave everybody with some music and catch up for episode 4?
I say that's not a bad idea, gentlemen.
Guys, how about a hand for our producer, engineer, actor extraordinaire, artist, Adrian Alvarado. Big hand for him.
Thank you guys very much.
Adrian, thank you, brother. You fucking killed it, man. Glad you're here.
Man, for our
We're
first
working it
one,
out. We're working it out.
We pulled it off. Maybe you can throw down our Instagram handles before we log out.
You got it, baby. You got it.
And then we'll fuck with the ticker thing later. And Eric, any last closing words?
No, man. Just put a fucking mask on.
Are you talking to me or the world?
Talking to the world. Put a mask on. Stop whining. Be better. Just be better. Just be better. Be
Act like
better. It's not that hard to be better.
Act like a Muslim. Muslims do it. You should too.
They take that shit seriously. You should too. There
Yeah.
you go. Boom.
Hold on. Follow Ahmed. Nope, it's AHMED comedy.
What?
AHMED comedy.
Sorry.
That's right.
Not bad.
Fucking Adrian, man.
I'm Puerto. Yeah, you know, I got a Hudson County education over here.
Jesus.
All right, I
Jesus.
got Hudson County education. It's a
Come
Jersey.
on.
It's a Jersey diploma, half a degree.
Okay, fine. That's all you had to say. Just like O'Neal, right?
Yo, while you're doing that, I'm just gonna play a little bit of music to keep
Hi,
the kids
Melissa.
entertained. Any questions, comments, concerns before we sign off? This is episode 3, Hollywood Tales. It is August 25th. Is that right?
It is August 25th, and Dan Connolly is stuck at O'Hare Airport. Sorry, Dan. That
Ooh.
sucks. Yes. How fucked up is that? That's fucked up. O'Hare's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Hi, Melissa.
Oh,
Love
my.
you, sweetheart.
Oh,
Love you, baby. Squeeze your husband for me. Looks like Adrian's been playing this shit like Ross on Friends.
All right, I want to make sure I don't miss. Oh, follow. Should have been a faster typer.
OmarFadel.com. OmarFadel.com. He's one of the baddest music composers on the planet.
Adrian, that's E Mills with an S.
You know what? You know what, guys? Go
I'll tell you
screw
what.
yourself.
Let's
You know
do
what?
this, guys.
It's
You know
too
what?
much. You
I'll
guys
tell
are
you
doing
what.
too much.
You guys want too
I'll
much,
tell you what.
man.
Fuck the ticker. Fuck the Instagram. Let's bank this episode. Let's leave on a high.
I'm not a great speller, guys. You know, I gotta, you know, what's going on over here.
Adrian, I fucking love you, brother.
Spell check is the worst of my life.
Yo, let's leave on a high note, and
I'll have
let's
a copy pasted next time.
No worries.
we'll do it.
It's all good.
We'll do episode 4 coming up soon, guys. Thank you so much for listening to Hollywood Tales. I'm Ahmed. This is
Eric Mills.
and that's
Adrian Alvarado.
and this is Hollywood Tales, episode
In the
4 in the
house.
bank.
Love you guys.
Booyah.
Be
Peace.
Stay safe.